Saturday, I think it was Saturday. I went outside to get a monster, and when I went outside to get a monster, the cat Bubbles that we have
Bubbles
went outside as well.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, I'll let her be because her and Cat would go out all the time, and
Okay.
I just see what they do, whatever.
Yeah.
So it was like 8 o'clock though, so it was also kind of cold, and then usually the kids, like, she'll come to one of the doors, or Cat will come to the doors, and the kids will let them back in and stuff. Well, the kids didn't let her in, and I didn't think about going out and looking, and Melanie didn't think about it until like 11.
Mm-hmm.
So like when we started looking, we couldn't find Bubbles anywhere, and the whole thing started turning into Melanie like looking around, shaking cat food and stuff, trying to find where Bubbles was. It's still snowy and stuff and kind of cold. We want to make sure we get her inside and she's not out all night in the cold. And Bubbles didn't come. Like, I went out and helped, looked around. We looked in the garage, left the door open. We ended up setting like a little like cat thing in the back porch because we had like a heat lamp. So we had the heat lamp up with like blankets and stuff so that if she did come back to the
Like a little
door,
shelter.
she has a little spot to hopefully keep warmer than just out in the snow and stuff, you know? So we did all that, and then I came back inside. Melanie came back inside. I don't know, it was like 3 in the morning. We still hadn't found her, and I was like, well, she always goes under the deck. I guess I'll look under the deck. So I went outside. I got changed, went outside, didn't say anything to Melanie, and I just started going under the deck, like looking under there, crawling. There's some bigger spots, but there's also some smaller spots. So like, there's rocks and everything. So I had to like, rather than army crawl across these big jaggedy rocks, I did like planking. So like I would like plank myself and then move myself up and then lower myself down.
Yeah.
And then just do that again over and over. And it was not as hard on parts of my body. It was rough on my arms a little bit, but I could kind of pick spots where I wanted to put it. I didn't find Bubbles there either. Came back inside finally, and the next morning, like, I went to like get up and I couldn't do a sit-up. So like Melanie thought,
Which is what you do every morning.
I always wake up in the morning. I do sit-ups, trying to prepare for my baldness that's coming and stuff. It's part of my routine now. So I was like, man, my stomach really hurts. I'm like, maybe it's like a muscle thing. Melanie's like, I think you might have a hernia. I was like, a hernia? From what? She goes, I don't know, under the deck, I guess. But like, I couldn't sit up. I had to roll over and like get up this way rather than just being able to like sit up and stuff. And it hurt so bad, and coughing hurt, and laughing hurt.
That happened to me one time.
I have.
When I was pissing blood.
That sounds bad, Calvin. Did you get a
Hell
check?
of an interjection to the story.
I just did too many sit-ups.
You guys know too. Like, I also have this thing where like, when something hurts too much,
Yeah. You laugh.
I laugh.
Yeah.
This hurt when I laugh. So if it hurt too much,
It's
for
like
some reason
it's like my food coma.
I start
It's a vicious
laughing.
circle.
It was awful because
Yeah.
something happened, and I laughed a little bit, and it hurt, and it started hurting a lot. And then when pain starts to get more, I laugh. So it was just this thing, and I couldn't. I'm like, this is terrible. I had to stop, try to think about something not funny. I had to try to break myself with that, but it was a terrible situation.
It's like when you
to
got
be in
your
this
appendix
laughing
out.
cycle.
I just tried to make you laugh.
Yeah, it was just.
It's like it's like when your side starts
The
hurting.
side
and you're
hurts?
Like, and you have to laugh and like stop
I
laughing.
laugh so
to
much,
to
I get
stop.
these side pains. Laughing's terrible for me, but I love doing it. But it hurts me.
Yeah.
So.
It hurts us when you laugh too.
But yeah, no. Then the next day, we also went out, me and the kids. Leon actually crawled further under the deck than where I could go.
Yeah.
Looking for Bubbles, and didn't find her then either. Like, it was like 24 hours.
Yeah.
More recently, Melanie, because I was like, I don't know what else to do. The only thing I could say is, like, if we go door to door or start talking to neighbors and say, hey, have you seen a gray cat anywhere? One of our neighbors, she messaged on Facebook, and then she came over to our house, I guess, while I was at work, and was like, hey, this other lady said that her dogs have been barking at their garage, and it's been really weird, and they don't know why. It just started happening like this weekend.
Okay.
And I was like, okay. So Melanie went over there to look. She, the dogs, had been barking and stuff. Called her. Bubbles didn't come out or anything like that. She's like, maybe it's not her. She put down some cat food and left, and then the cat food was gone a little bit later.
Okay.
So I was like, well, there's something in there.
Yes.
Coming to eat the cat food.
It's like a raccoon.
So,
possum.
Well, they eventually, I guess, I think her name was Barb. She set up like a camera and just set it with like cat food there to like watch it to see, and then we got a glimpse of the gray cat. So,
Okay.
More recently, at some point, Melanie went over trying to get it, couldn't get it. Went and bought like a live trap to try to like get her to come into it because we thought maybe she went over there and then was scared of the dogs, so she's just like afraid to come out now.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, if we can entice her with food like that, maybe if we can entice her into a live trap, get her back over to our place where there's not the dogs. Like, we just think that maybe she went over there. The dogs. There's one named Brody, which is just a nice dog, but he's like a golden retriever. He's much bigger than her.
Sure.
She gets scared of it. He came up to our door one time and was like looking in, and her and Cat both are just hunched up and not happy. So we think that she just got over there and got stuck, but they ended up getting her out of there. They didn't even have to use the live trap thing.
Yeah.
They just were able to like go over, and she took all the kids, and the kids were like Bubbles, and she came over to the kids, and they were able to put her in like a little like carrying case and bring her back over.
So you got Bubbles.
We got Bubbles back, yeah.
God.
Melanie was like, "Oh my gosh, we're not gonna see her again." I was like, "Well, we
Yeah.
have."
Well, you know what? You told us half the story this week, and I
Yeah.
was like, when you started, I'm like, man, don't bum us out.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry
thought-
that your cat's missing, but
No,
I'm
yeah,
so
it was-
happy.
And then you didn't
I
say
thought you were
anything,
talking
so
about
so
this as if
happy.
it was one of the best things of your week, and it's
Thank
like,
God.
yeah, so we never got
Thank
the cat
God
back.
Bubbles is okay.
I
Jesus.
figured that the cat was just gone.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It was just a thing where it's like, I couldn't find. Like, there was snow, but it was iced over and stuff, so it's hard to really use it as
Yeah.
like tracking or anything because there's already been footprints in different places and stuff. And like, I didn't find any evidence of, like, I figured if she was there, she was gonna be under the deck because that's where she always went. And I figured that if there was like a coyote or something, there would have been evidence of something worse in the white snow somewhere, fur or whatever. But
Yeah.
I couldn't find any evidence of her anywhere. So I'm like, it makes me think that, she went somewhere else to find warmth, or maybe she was in heat and went looking for adventure, or something like that. So I didn't know what to expect. And then I felt guilty because I was the one who opened the door and let her out.
Sure.
So I was like, I'll go look under the damn deck, man. If I can
kids will
find
always remember
a
it was
cold,
you.
curled up kitty cat, and I can get her out and bring her back in, and the kids won't be mad at me or anything. So Colson on like Sunday was like, he said to Melanie, he's like, I miss Bubbles. She's been
Aw.
gone for like 3 days. And I was like, she was here last night.
It's 3 days for him.
It's only been like 24 hours.
He lived a lifetime in those
So-
24 hours.
But yeah. So part of
Well,
that
that's
was my
good.
stomach had a weird thing. It's better now.
Yeah.
It must have been muscles in some way
Yeah.
because, like, at first it was just one side. Melanie's like, I think it's a hernia. But then later on, I'm like, yeah, but it didn't hurt right after. I thought it would have, like, if I had done something out there, I would have hurt coming out of there rather than, like, it being a thing that builds up like a sore muscle. You know how, like, you do something that strains your muscles, it doesn't usually hurt right then. It's when you've rested it and not done anything for a while, and then it feels really sore and hurts.
Yeah.
So I was a little worried about that. So,
Well, I'm
yeah.
glad. I'm glad. Somehow
Yeah.
Bubbles has returned.
Yep.
That's good.
It's awesome. I also have a missing cat story.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah?
So
No.
my family and I have been watching Marbula 1,
Okay.
which is a marble racing YouTube channel.
Yes. Okay.
And we've been getting really into it.
Trying to connect these two.
Go Team
concepts.
Snowballs.
Okay. Sure. Okay.
And so Maggie got Evelyn some marbles. So we went upstairs, and her and I started working on a track for it,
Yeah.
So, like, I took a table, and I put it, like, half up, and then I put some, like, Hot Wheel tracks around. I put some, like, Play-Doh on the table to, like, they would bounce into it and bounce off and go different ways. So, like, we spent some time on this. But upstairs also, there are, like, 2 doors to either side of the knee walls. And so one of the doors was slightly open, and Gigi decided to go on an adventure. And so I had to crawl in there, and he is a giant cat, right?
Gigantic.
He's
To
like
put this in perspective, he's like 18 pounds.
he's like 20, 25 pounds.
Now,
Yeah.
he's grown since I last spoke.
It's a big cat.
Yeah.
Did you say she went inside a narwhal?
Knee wall.
A knee wall, okay. Not
There's
a whale.
not a horned whale
Not
in
a
his
whale.
house.
What's a knee wall?
A knee wall is, the slope of your roof.
Sure.
How the top floor sometimes has shorter walls, but then, like at the corners, there's like a angled wall that matches with the slope of your roof.
Okay.
The short wall that doesn't go all the way down to the edge, there's like a void in there, and that's called a knee wall. It's like just insulation and
Okay.
It's a
electrical
perfect place for a
and batting
clubhouse.
and stuff like that.
Is it clubhouse?
Yeah.
So is it knee like an eye, or is it knee like your knee? Like it's not
It's-
that tall, so it's like a knee
Yeah, like
wall?
it comes up to
No,
your knee.
it's like the knights
right?
who say.
The knights who say knee? Okay.
No, I think it's NEE, right?
It at least makes more sense than her being inside a whale, so.
I don't
sorry,
think it's
Rick. Continue.
knee as in
Okay,
appendage.
so-
Big, heavy cat.
Well, first
many-
of all, yeah, it's a boy, and it's part Mancoon. So he's not, like, fat. He's huge.
Yes.
He's just a big old cat.
Part Maine Coon.
Yeah.
Maine Coon.
Maine
Maine Coon.
Coon. Sorry.
Okay. I was like part like raccoon,
No, it
part
isn't
man.
knee, as
like
in appendage.
that'd be crazy.
So like he's in there, and like everywhere he steps in the insulation, he just goes completely through. You know, so like I'm in there going from joist to joist, like trying to chase him, and it goes the length of the house. So like I reach out and he just moves a little more forward. I'm like, damn it, GG.
So just putting holes in your roof.
But not in the roof, just like in the insulation.
Okay.
You know, so like finally I get him, and I'm like, I don't know how to carry this thing and also crawl back.
Yeah.
But I managed to do it, and I got him out, and he started licking himself. I was like, well, he's got insulation on. It's probably not good.
Probably not good enough.
So I gave him a bath.
Ooh, giant cat in a bath. Sounds great.
He doesn't care.
Oh, okay, never mind.
No, like doesn't care whatsoever. Like I ran the bath ahead of time. I stuck him in it. I was like washing him off. He's just standing there, like, licking the water, and then I picked him up and dried him off. But yeah, so
Well, good.
it
So
was an
both
adventure.
Cats returned safely. Everyone's okay.
Yep.
Good. Whew, I was worried because I was like, oh, we got through that one. I was really worried about that one. You're like, well, I'm like, no, Rick,
I got a
no.
I picture a little bit of like that cat, but like remember The Office?
Yes, I do.
Like just being up there. Like,
Save Bandit. I do remember that. Oh man. All right, Calvin. So, what cats you lose?